Hi, my name is Ed Moak, and I'm Vice President of Product Operations at Index Engines. I'd like to take this time today, this Chalk Talk today, to talk and really follow up on my previous Chalk Talk with profiling user shares, and talk about how to use that data profiling along with our integration to Active Directory to create chargebacks back to organizations within your company to help clean up the user shares. As I mentioned on my last Chalk Talk, we can utilize the Index Engines appliance to index data across our storage environment and be able to create profiles for that data. You'll see here some typical profiles that we've seen in other companies and approximate percentages of data that fall into those specific profiles. We create profiles for abandoned data. This is data that are mainly from ex-employees that haven't been accessed in over 3 years. Or a policy that identifies age data. Age data for current employees, data that hasn't been accessed in more than 3 years and really should be looked at for disposition. Redundant data, this is data that's redundantly stored across your network. Personal data, such as multimedia files and iTunes directories that have no current business value. Data that may be at risk. Possibly sensitive data or data that contains PII information, archive data that really should have long-term archive storage, as well as active data. That's data that's useful to the current state of the business. So being able to create these data disposition policies and then apply those policies, utilizing the Active Directory, integrating with Active Directory and applying those policies against each of your individual business groups defined in Active Directory, such as human resources, finance, legal, resource, and so on, and be able to provide unique reports for each of these organizations, and providing these reports to the organizations, as well as access to the data that only those organizations have, utilizing our integration with Active Directory. By doing this, you can now provide information to those organizations to actually charge back those organizations for the storage they use, as well as drive the disposition of data and ultimately reducing your storage needs across the network. Being able to report on specific utilization by business group, being able to manage the chargebacks to each of those business groups more accurately, providing an insight and intelligence to the group so that they can manage their own data, knowing that they're going to be charged for that data on the network, and being able to actually make disposition decisions and take action on the content, whether it's defensible deletion of data, migrating data to secondary storage or to cloud-based storage, archiving data that needs to be archived, monitoring and auditing the data within those organizations on an ongoing basis, and identifying data that needs to be encrypted, sensitive data that may need to be encrypted. By doing that and making these disposition decisions, you're ultimately going to reclaim valuable storage capacity throughout your network and control the long-term liability and risk of this mystery data. To learn more about data profiling, please see our website, www.indexengines.com. Thanks.